general admission, wrestling is changing. What you once knew this time last year as GAW is not going to continue for much longer. A heat seeker. Oh, Bandido by 1 second, winning the Goldberg Beat the Clock challenge, but you've never respected anyone. Asuka has to fight 2 matches. There it is! There is the Asuka lock, and Asuka wins! Shiniest Wizard! The first half of Team Kick to hold a championship belt here at Nitro. Oh my God, Lashley with a Dominator! Bobby Lashley retains! I am the most dangerous man in this company. I am going to prove it against Keith Lee, no matter how I have to do it. Matt Riddle hits the go to sleep on Keith Lee. Neither man really has any kind of desire to do anything besides hurt the other man. Keith Lee catches him. Riddle tried to counter into a Hurricane Rana, but he eats a Spirit Bomb. Matt Riddle does not answer the count of 10. Tegan Nox with a chair. Oh my God, Nox, shiniest wizard onto Asuka, barely able to get in the ring to face Dakota Kai. Everything Asuka does just puts her in this searing pain. Asuka has spent more time in GAW as a champion than not. Kai goes for the cover, Asuka kicks out. The fans trying to will her on. Maybe if anyone can overcome, it would be Asuka. Oh no, Kai, no! And what a disgusting sight that is. Nitro 10 is the place where anything can happen, and anything just did. Bobby Lashley carries the mob to victory. Uso splash! Tongaloa running power slam! Super kick from Jey Uso! The Usos win! And so now I'm going to give you a champion that you can be proud of. It will be one of the greatest matches that you will ever see. Oh no! You never turn your back on the world champion! It's over! One winged angel! Kenny Omega has retained! Oh no! No one has ever done it before! God, this match has everything, doesn't it? Absolutely unreal. He can do anything. He's on top of the world. Black Mass. Aleister Black is world champion. A new era of Storm begins now, and it begins fittingly with a new name. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night Storm. We have a stacked show for you tonight featuring both the men's and women's world champions. Bandido, fresh off his dramatic Goldberg Beat the Clock challenge win, and Bobby Lashley putting his Intercontinental title on the line. So now we send you down ringside as the new world champion, the man who made history at Nitro 10, enters for the first time. Let's talk about the Dutch Destroyer, Aleister Black, coming out with his new GAW World Championship. He is a 2-time champion, but this second one felt so much sweeter than the first, beating the man that I, and I'm sure many, would call Mr. Nitro, Kenny Omega. He handed Omega his first loss in a Nitro main event. He kicked out of the one-winged angel, and he won the World Championship. Now, this was not an opportunity that was just handed to Aleister Black. he had the most wins of anyone in GAW in all of Season 1. He was 23-7. That's where he finished. So significantly more wins than anyone else. The next closest was Will Ospreay. He had 18. So you're talking about Aleister Black, a guy who is a workhorse, a guy who we can expect to be present and accounted for, which is not something that we've been able to say of all of our world champions over the last year or so, unfortunately. But Aleister Black takes on Cody Rhodes to open up a new era of Friday Night Storm. Now, the title is not on the line here. We got a 10-minute time limit, but as you well know, in GAW, a win over the champion, well, that'll pretty much mean a title opportunity going forward. So Cody Rhodes, he's got a lot on the line here, and Cody Rhodes, you know, this is a guy who got really hot by the end of Season 1, but, you know, he just ran into a real gauntlet of incredibly difficult opponents, but Rhodes put up his dukes against everyone, including Kazuchika Okada, the legendary Kazuchika Okada, who Cody Rhodes took to his absolute limit. So Aleister Black, as we all expected, is not cheaping out on giving us his first appearance as world champion. Black just ragdolling Cody Rhodes and slams him on top of that barricade. 10-minute time limit, 15-second countouts in our typical GAW matches. We believe pretty strongly in having a time limit. Cody Rhodes now landing some shots on the world champion. Aleister Black answers right back, and Cody Rhodes, as both men were getting in the grill of our camera right there, and now Black goes and follows him over that barricade. I was wondering if these two men have a problem, but Aleister Black hears the count from the referee, 10, and we are back in the ring. Aleister Black nearly made a big mistake there. You would hate to see his first world championship. Black kicks out there. You'd hate to see his first match as world champion end in a double countout or something like that. And Aleister Black would hate that more than everyone else. Rhodes catches him with that forearm. And again, Cody Rhodes should not be underestimated in any way, given the run he was on at the end of Season 1 and how talented the man usually is. Black whips him into the opposite corner, and Black flies in with the forearm. Black into the grounded hammerlock, and now transitions into a modified camel clutch here, wrenching back on the neck of Cody Rhodes. This is something that Aleister Black likes to employ to really work on those neck muscles. And I mean, I'm sure any of you who've woken up after sleeping wrong on your neck, it's very hard to even move with those muscles being sore. Cover here from Rhodes. The world champ kicks out at 1. Now, the future of the world champion is, of course, not certain as we move into this bright future of GAW. Black sends Rhodes flying over the top rope. But what we do know is Aleister Black will certainly not duck any challengers. And you got to be feeling a lot better about Aleister Black's world championship reign as it stands now compared to what it was when he first won the world title last season, when he joined the evil forces of Alpha to rob Samoa Joe of his title belt. Cody Rhodes now, look at this. Rhodes spikes Aleister Black, and now Rhodes rolls over the world champ, and Aleister Black kicks out, but a count of 2 here for Cody Rhodes. Things might be looking up as he takes on the world champion. What a way this would be for Rhodes to, Cody Rhodes brings him down and transitions into a figure 4. A figure 4 from Cody Rhodes, one of the most respected holds in the business, but Aleister Black has it well scouted. Reverses the pressure, and Rhodes has to do everything he can to try to work his way out of it, and he does. Rhodes trying to stay on top into the front chancery. Pushes Black aside. Black mass. Rhodes, he hesitated, and it was a mistake. Aleister Black absolutely starches Rhodes with the Black mass after Rhodes gave up on the front chancery. And Aleister Black shows once again why he is such a dangerous world champion. and not in the way that he was when he won his first title. It's so great to see the true most dangerous man on the planet back in form, and certainly that's what we have in Aleister Black. What a tremendous showing for the world champ, and Cody Rhodes once again shows out as he always does, but it's just not enough against an opponent of this caliber. I hope that Cody Rhodes will get himself a chance to really prove what he can do going forward. But for now, it is the Aleister Black show, and the world champ has started out season 2 with a big win. Coming up next, it is the women's world champion Dakota Kai as she takes on the Queen, Charlotte Flair. For those of you just joining us here on General Admission Wrestling, first of all, thank you so much. Second of all, go check out our website at generaladmissionwrestling.com to catch up on any shows that you may have missed. We've got full recaps going on the website after every single show, so you will not miss a bit of the action, even if you can't spare the time to watch every episode. But all of that is ancillary to the fact that if you are new, yes, Charlotte Flair is part of the General Admission Wrestling roster. Yes, Charlotte Flair remains one of the best female wrestlers on the planet, and yet, shockingly, Charlotte Flair does not have a title belt to her credit here in GAW. Well, she's looking to change that against the always dangerous Dakota Kai, maybe the most dangerous woman on the planet after her last match. Hey, Asuka, how's that shoulder feel without a belt? But seriously, you never really deserved it in the first place. Let's be honest. There was no one that could really stand up against you until I came along. You faced some wannabes. You faced some women that don't really deserve to even be near the World Championship picture, and that's who you beat. Did I have an insurance policy to make sure you wouldn't cheat first? Yes, of course I did. Because I know you. I watched you. And I know that the first sign of someone getting ready to beat you, you'll act first. So I had to act before you. And to all of you out there who really thought that Team Kick was some kind of passion project, some kind of happy-go-lucky team of women that were just happy to be here, how do you feel now? 2 champions, 2 deserving champions, 2 of the greatest champions you are ever going to see. Am I the greatest world champion there's ever been? Not yet. But I will tell you this. I am better than every single woman in this company. So I may not be the greatest world champion ever now. Just wait. History will look on Team Kick as the most powerful group of women that has ever existed in this sport. And you are bearing witness to the beginning of that history. And oh, by the way, take a look at the belt that we switched. Asuka, you were carrying around a real ugly piece of shit. We fixed that for you too. Listen to the chorus of boos for Kai and Tegan Knox, Team Kick. And look at Kai coming out with that brand new World Championship belt. You can see the Australian flag very prominent on that belt. And Kai just basking in the hate from all the fans. She said that she spent so much of her career trying to make people like her and really playing into that. Well, now that is over, and much as I hate to say it, the results are right there on her waist. The world title belt. Now, I certainly don't agree with how she went about winning that, stopping the 2-year reign of Asuka, one of the greatest champions we have ever had in GAW. But all's fair in love and war, I suppose, and Dakota Kai, she is the world champion. Charlotte Flair looking to make sure that it's a short reign. Title's on the line here, but of course, Charlotte Flair would cement herself as the #1 contender should she win, as Dakota Kai fights her first match as world champion. Dakota Kai, of course, the circumstances under which she won her first ever championship in GAW, very much not the most kind when we're gonna look back on it, let's say. Kai enlisting Tegan Nox to attack Asuka right before their world championship match. Asuka had already been through a grueling title match earlier in the night against GAW's hottest young rookie, Caitlin Dunlap. Tegan Nox attacked her. Asuka was barely able to stand on her way to the ring, and Dakota Kai put her down and ended the 2-year reign of one of the most dominant champions we have ever had in GAW. Obviously, we all disapprove, and you can hear the fans' disapproval of that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I suppose you would argue that the bell rung, Kai got the 3 count, and then the bell rung again. So, much as we may not like it, Kai is the world champion. Now, Flair trying to make sure that that doesn't continue on very long, and there is precedent to a champion, you know, having very short reigns after Nitro, especially when they fight on the first show back from the biggest show of the year. Look no further than last season when it happened to Adam Cole. Kai, snap suplex, rolls over into the cover. Charlotte Flair kicks out. Adam Cole won the Intercontinental Championship from Bobby Lashley at Nitro 9. He fought Kofi Kingston on the first show back. Kingston beat him, and then the next week, Kingston won the title. And that started a downhill slope for Adam Cole that has hopefully ended when Cole just picked up his first win in over a year on the first episode of GAW Dark. That was posted this Wednesday, so go check it out or go to our website, generaladmissionwrestling.com, to read up on it. Kai looking for the big running boot. Charlotte Flair out of the way, tries to answer with a spear. Kai gets the knees up. The fans have to signal their approval for that particular sequence. You got to respect Dakota Kai as a competitor, even if you don't respect her in terms of her sportsmanship. Kai does connect with a big boot that time, and now Kai, first cover of the match for the world champ, and Charlotte Flair, that's an easy kick out. Kai will need to do a little bit more work on the queen, and you wonder when and if Tegan Nox will get herself involved. I'm sure she will if she's needed. Kai maybe looking for a chiropractor. Charlotte Flair shoves her down, and now a single leg crab for the queen. Trying to work on the oft injured knees of Dakota Kai and eventually set up for what I'm sure will be a figure 8. Kai gets her up and tosses her right over the ropes. Kai down to meet Flair, looking for the kick. Flair catches it, and now Charlotte Flair back into the ring. Flair knows how important it is that she win this match clean. It could be a title opportunity in her future if she does. She got stunned by that knee strike. You can see the exposed knee brace on Dakota Kai. It's something she sported recently, and Kai absolutely destroys Charlotte with that running boot. The second one she's hit, and now another cover from the world champ, and Dakota Kai picks up a win with an absolutely brutal boot to the mouth of Charlotte Flair. My goodness. Dakota Kai. So who is the challenger that is going to be able to beat this new world champion? She may have needed help to beat Asuka at Nitro 10, but certainly we can't look past the fact that Dakota Kai remains one of the toughest women in GAW, And certainly in terms of her in-ring work, she is a world champion, no doubt about it. Dakota Kai picking up a big win over the Queen. And coming up next, Bandido shocked the world by winning the Goldberg Beat the Clock Challenge by 1 second at Nitro 10. It was amazing. And then Rey Mysterio, the legend, he returned at Bandido's side. Well, now Rey Mysterio is backstage talking about what is next for the dynamic duo. Let's talk about the legacy of Mexican wrestling. We hear it all the time that Mexican wrestlers have had so much success all over the world, not just in Mexico, but it bears reminding everybody exactly the kinds of names that come out of one of the greatest wrestling scenes in the world. I'm talking El Santo, I'm talking Blue Demon, I'm talking La Parca, I'm talking Corey Guerrero, I'm talking Mil Mascaras, Black Shadow, Eddie Guerrero. The legacy of Mexican wrestling is long, it is powerful, and it has been forgotten in GAW. Gone are the days where I would hold championships and we would get wrestlers from all over the world. We would get them from Mexico especially, and we would tear the house down every night. Those days, unfortunately, are over. But that's why we made the decision that we did. And Bandido showing the world what he's capable of at Nitro 10, that was just the beginning. Trust me. That's right. Mexican wrestling in America has always been disrespected. It's been looked down upon. Oh, let's watch the Mexican wrestlers. But that's just in preparation for the real stuff. Not anymore. The Latin American exchange has never been more needed than right now in GAW. And that's why the Latin American exchange is back. We'll remind all of you what Mexican wrestling is really about. And we have so much to show you.
Bandido starts the leg.
The Latin American exchange is back. That was just confirmed by Hernandez. Wow, and good to see Hernandez walking around. It's still inconclusive who stopped him from joining Rosita in her U.S. Championship match against Tegan Knox at Nitro 10, although I've got myself a couple theories. But Hernandez and Rey Mysterio reforming the Latin American exchange. Wow, this is amazing to see. What a piece of history we've just witnessed. Buddy Murphy is a former cruiserweight champion in GAW. He beat Yun-Son Park for that belt all the way back at Bash at the Beach last year. Yun-Son Park, of course, making headlines when he returned full-time to the GAW Academy. This past episode of Storm Chaser, it was an incredible moment. Go check that out if you haven't seen it. But Buddy Murphy, you know, ever since the dissolution of the Blade Runners, I mean, you can still see Murphy wearing the Blade Runners shirt, but the Blade Runners as a group are no more. No Ricky Steamboat for Murphy, no Jay White, no Drew McIntyre. The Blade Runners are done, so we'll see, you know, Buddy Murphy, a man on an island without a country, as they say, and so let's see if Buddy Murphy has got it figured out as he takes on the newly reformed Latin American exchange. These are two guys that are kind of in opposite places right now, diametrically opposed, as one might say. Bandido seems to be on the ascendancy, given what we now know is the reformation of LAX, and you know, and winning the Goldberg Beat the Clock challenge and what he's done. And meanwhile, Buddy Murphy losing the Blade Runners, losing really his friends and men that he served with all of last season. They helped him win the Cruiserweight Championship and retain it for a long time until he lost it to Will Ospreay. You know, Murphy is in unfamiliar territory right now, at least in the last year or so. Bandido rolls underneath the bottom rope. Murphy, big strike, sends him off the apron. Murphy trying to ground the highly athletic Bandido, and Bandido with a dragon suplex on the outside. Well, that's what you get for trying to ground a man like this, and it's a crucial mistake that I think a lot of people are going to make. You know, you think you have Bandido pegged, and obviously he possesses so much of the traditional luchador stylings to his abilities and a lot of that athleticism. But Bandido, oh, look at this. Bandido with a heat seeker on Buddy Murphy. It's how he won the Beat the Clock challenge. And Bandido going for his first cover of the match. One may be all he needs. No, Murphy kicks out. He won the Beat the Clock challenge with a heat seeker. It's just one of many moves that he does in and out of the ropes. As Buddy Murphy gets some height as he drives the knee into the face. And Murphy into a powerbomb position here, but Buddy Murphy gets rolled up. Bandido sunset flip here, and Bandido trying to steal one, and Murphy able to kick out. Bandido gets Murphy to his feet, and now, oh, Poison Rana from Bandido spikes the former Cruiserweight champion, and another cover. Bandido gets the victory. A Poison Rana. And Buddy Murphy may need to be taking medicine after that. A heat seeker and a Poison Rana. And I think Murphy might be 2 inches shorter after this match. My God. Bandido showing that the Latin American Exchange, LAX, it is no joke. LAX is back, and they are as dangerous as ever. And certainly, when it comes to Bandido, his in-ring ability, it does not lie. And with the coaching of Rey Mysterio and Hernandez behind him, certainly it feels like Bandido is on the ascendancy, and you gotta watch out. This man can go on a big run. He can win a lot of matches in a hurry. Only the future. Only time will tell what is in store for LAX in GAW. I can't believe I just said that phrase. But what is not in the future is Bobby Lashley defending his Intercontinental Championship on the first night after, or the first storm after Nitro. That's not in the future because it's happening right now. Well, check this out. I talked about Adam Cole earlier in the show and talking about how maybe he has got himself figured out after a disastrous first season here in GAW. Well, we're going to get a chance to see if he really has figured it out, because he has an opportunity to fight for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, I'm told that Conor McGregor asked for this match in particular because it was Adam Cole who beat Bobby Lashley for the title 1 year ago, almost to the day, at Nitro 9. Cole shocked the world by beating Lashley, but of course, as I said earlier, his championship reign wasn't very long and not really worth talking about, especially if you are a fan of Adam Cole. Baby. Is there anything that strikes more fear into the heart of an opponent than hearing Bobby Lashley's music. Lashley, the Intercontinental Champion, a dominant one at that. He's held the belt 3 different times in his career, and each time he has looked like an unstoppable giant. Certainly that appears to be the case right now, and he's even more dangerous given the backing of Conor McGregor and the rest of the mob, who won the right to remain a group at Nitro 10. But as I said, he's a 3-time champ, meaning that 2 other times someone has conquered the beast. Is it tonight? And is that someone Adam Cole? We'll have to see. The Intercontinental Championship is on the line in our main event of the first Storm after Nitro 10. Lashley was already dangerous enough, although Adam Cole coming out firing with a big knee strike to the face. As I say, Lashley was dangerous enough before he added the services of Conor McGregor, who kept foreshadowing, kept alluding to a takeover of GAW. It involved him placing Proper 12 branding all over what was then Wednesday Night Storm. And that takeover has now included Bobby Lashley winning the Intercontinental Championship and the mob taking the Blade Runners completely out of business in a match at Nitro 10. Bobby Lashley was the dominant force in that match as well, and Lashley had already fought earlier on the card, beating Will Ospreay. Lashley into the cover, and Cole kicks out. Lashley into some ground and pound right now and just firing away with those right hands. That can't feel good. Cole with an elbow, and now Adam Cole. Nope, he's caught already. Lashley, oh my God, look at this strength and power. Single arm spine buster from Bobby Lashley. Adam Cole picked up a win over Ricochet on GAW Dark, and Lashley going for a forearm, or for a clothesline, I should say, but Adam Cole sends him right over. McGregor gets right into the face of Adam Cole. Obviously can't make contact, at least if he wants his man to win this match. Now, champion's advantage. Disqualification would mean a title change. So you know that McGregor has that in his mind as well. Bobby Lashley showcasing his power once again. Into the corner. I thought he was going to set up a spear, but instead he's going to do a little bit more work on Adam Cole. Look at this. Lashley. Oh! With a modified gut buster from Bobby Lashley. Cole lands right on the giant shoulders, and Lashley just tosses him right up. The height that Adam Cole attained on that one, and again Lashley does the same thing. Tosses him straight up into the air, and Lashley, don't tell me, he's going for a third. Unbelievable. And Lashley, are we going to do all 4? Yes, we will. All 4 ropes. Adam Cole comes off of each one, flies about 10 feet in the air, and comes crashing down. How this man is still standing, I will never know. But Adam Cole going for a cover, I think, to try to just slow the pace down, as Lashley was absolutely overpowering him. He does do that, and now Cole with a big sledge to the back of Bobby Lashley. And look at this. Adam Cole, he's thinking he might have himself a chance here, and he just might. Last shot for Adam Cole. Conor McGregor, yes, of course he does, stops the referee from making the count on the last shot. And Adam Cole, it's back to the drawing board for the former Intercontinental Champion. It's like Conor McGregor could see into the future. He was already distracting the ref, so the ref didn't even see the last shot take place. Super kick ducked by Lashley, and now Lashley military press into a power slam. Lashley flattens the challenger, and now in the middle of the ring, McGregor had slid in the chair, but Lashley doesn't need it. A military press into a power slam. And it became too much to bear for Adam Cole, who had already felt that stinging feeling of landing on the canvas after a 10-foot dead drop. Lashley did it to him 4 times. And now Adam Cole, unfortunately unable to climb the mountain and beat this monster even after a last shot. Conor McGregor ensured that no count would be made. And look at this. No one's kicking out of that. Bobby, you can go home, lad. I don't need you anymore for the rest of the night. Now, there's one thing that I have to say, and that is that Alpha is gone, the Blade Runners are gone, and we're still here. We're still here. The mob is here, and it's due in no small part to CM Punk and the contribution that he had at Nitro 10. I asked him personally to come out and help us, and he did just that. So I want to talk to the man who helped us overcome the Blade Runners and help us do what we needed to do to clean up this company. CM Punk, would you please get your arse out here? Well, Conor McGregor's definitely right. CM Punk helped out the mob tremendously when he shockingly joined the group at Nitro 10. And you can see Punk and McGregor, I mean, they've been friends for a little while now. McGregor asked for Punk specifically to come and help them in an 8-man tag. Punk did that. Everything seems to be going well right now for the mob. CM, I want to thank you, young man. You helped us out majorly, but I have to tell you something, and you're not going to like hearing it, but I'm going to very much enjoy saying it. You are a pathetic fighter, CM. I mean, come on. Come on, we all saw you in the UFC, a place that I dominated. I became the champ, and we saw you do what you did in the UFC. Did you really think that I was going to let you join the most powerful group in GAW? The group that I constructed. Did you really think? No. I had you come in because I needed an extra man, and I knew that you were an idiot. I knew that you were so stupid that you would show up. And I was right, as I usually am. So now, we're done with you. Go on Twitter, go whatever it is that you do with your spare time. Maybe try to go back to the UFC, I don't really care. But we are done with you here, and you are done in this company. Oh my God! Conor McGregor has turned his attention in a big way to CM Punk, and he is beating the hell out of the former GAW World Champion. Conor McGregor saying he played CM Punk, and now McGregor is absolutely destroying Punk. Oh my God! McGregor clearly meant it. He doesn't need CM Punk anymore, and I don't know if CM Punk will actually be able to return after this. Unbelievable. Folks, subscribe right here and join us for GAW Academy Storm Chaser coming up on Monday. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.